Ano nga ba ang gagawin mo kapag yung pelikula na pinagbidahan mo is pumatok sa takilya at kumita ng 59 million just behind the number one movie of that year? Maybe most of us will say easy, we'll make a sequel, easy money glitch. Pero paano kung di kayo nagkasundo ng original owner ng karakter na pinagbidahan mo?
Flying to Philadelphia! Oh, hell no! That's oh, hell no! Whoa! Oh, hell no!
Kung kayo si Vic Soto, still easy peasy and maybe say fuck that Plastic Man shit. I'll make my own superhero movie with Aramina and Michael V again. And I think that's how Fantastic Man was born, made out of necessity. Well, I think yan yung nangyari after Vic Soto's Plastic Man movie success noong 2003. Kasi most of the people that time is expecting a part 2 or a sequel of that movie. Pero radio silence after it. Sinubukan kong hanapin yung reason bakit di nagkaroon ng Plastic Man 2 si Vic Soto. Pero the only thing I found is hearsay or sabi-sabi lang na di daw nagkasundo yung company Mars Ravelo and the producer ng Plastic Man ni Vic. That's why the next year, nireboot yung Plastic Man under a different actor which is Mark Bautista in 2004. And I assume na yung company nila Vic saw the opportunity of the booming superhero slash fantasy genre ng movie dito sa Pinas during that time and continue yung momentum nila from Plastic Man. That's why they created their own superhero movie which is Fantastic Man. And boy oh boy, this movie is actually much better than Plastic Man, but maybe I'm actually biased on this take kasi I have a very fond memory about this movie kasi naalala ko pa binili namin yung CD nito sa bangketa sa Monumento sa tapat ng Grand Central pa noon na SM Grand na ngayon. I know it's pirated, it's bad, pero that time that's the only thing we can afford. And naalala ko pa yung kopya namin is tagilid and maririnig mo pa yung mga nanonood sa sinehan, pero I enjoy watching that movie na there's a point na ayaw na ipanood sa akin ng nanay ko. So this movie starts with an action scene agad like Plastic Man, and this opening scene will show us a glimpse kung anong powers ni Fantastic Man. And of course, will introduce us to Vic Soto as Fantastic Man. This opening scene is kinda good kahit medyo kenko yung fight scene ni Fantastic Man and the goons. Medyo ma-hype ka. Lalo na nung pinakita ni Fantastic Man yung powers niya. Oo, yung animation ng movie will show na it's made from 2000s. Pero it has that kind of nostalgic feel to it. Yung pagka PS2 graphics will bring back some childhood core memories. And like Plastic Man, we will have a backstory after this opening scene. But unlike Plastic Man, this backstory will be the main story of this movie, which I actually like kasi we will have a much better story than Plastic Man and a much better villain story. And alam ko I make a lot of comparisons about these two movie, pero this is the last similarity of these two movie, and I think this where Fantastic Man will have an advantage, the story itself. So this first act or first half of this movie, same as other movies, we will be introduced sa main cast ng movie like Michael V as Prof. James Manalo, kinda sidekick ni Fantastic Man which is kinda funny kasi siya talaga yung nag-aasam na maging superhero and wanted Frido, alter ego ni Fantastic Man na maging sidekick niya. Pero as we all know, si Bossing yung bida sa pelikula. And as we see sa first scene ng movie na to, we know that won't happen. His role here is kind of fun and okay, besides sa medyo annoying siya sa first part ng movie. Kasi he still tries na makuha or mabawi yung powers ni Frido, but he will redeem himself as the movie move forward. And speaking of Frido, alter ego ni Fantastic Man, his first scene sa movie na to, and I'm actually just realizing it while doing my script for this video, bakit ayaw ipaulit sa akin ng nanay ko tong movie na to dahil dito sa opening scene niya with Alicia Mayer. Di ko alam ba't kailangan nilang gawing realistic yung tits ni Alicia Mayer considering she's an android na gawa ni Prof. James. Maybe si Prof. James talaga yung manyak sa movie na to. And speaking of manyak, I don't know if it's just the time this movie was made, pero ang manyak ng dating ni Frido sa mga earlier scene nila ni Aramina. And I know couple sila sa movie na to, pero iba kasi yung dating nung like first two scene nila dito sa movie, ang manyak ng dating ni Frido. But to be honest, yung acting ni Bossing here is mas okay for me kesa sa Lastic Man. Feeling ko mas may emotion yung pag-acting niya dito. Di siya parang actor sa porn movie. Mag-acting dito, which is actually good and make this movie much more rewatchable for me. And speaking of Aramina, she's Helen sa movie na to. Girlfriend ni Frido and a librarian. And spoilers, the main villain sa movie na to. Pero for now, we will talk about her being Helen, girlfriend ni Frido. And to be honest, akala ko kinuha lang siya sa movie na to for her appearance kasi I think she's just fresh from her bold movies back in the late 90s. And she's still kinda still at her peak on this movie. And not gonna lie, ang lakas ng sex appeal ni Aramina dito sa movie na to. Even hindi siya nagpapasexy. And her acting and role on this movie is actually good. Kasi siya yung main plot sa movie na to and she's also the one na magmumove ng plot ng movie na to. Andito din si Leo Martinez as the first villain sa movie na to as David. And I actually like his character dito sa movie.
Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill him! Shut up! Kill that boy! Kill him! Kill that boy! Yeah! Kill that boy!
And tingin ko siya nagbuhat ng first part ng movie na to para sa akin kasi every time may scene siya, it's actually funny, lalo na yung parang pamura na English niya, then iibahin niya, gets me every time. It's just kinda sad na ang bilis mamatay ng character niya kasi need na nila ipakilala yung main villain of this movie, and because it's a superhero film, so dapat yung main villain ni Fantastic Man is also a super villain, not just a regular dude. And other side character here is Alan Kay and Terry Honor, which doesn't really add sa movie plot. They're just there for the plot and character development ng mga main characters sa movie. Also, andito din si Valerie Concepcion, which is I'm kinda surprised kasi di ko maalala na andito pala siya, which kinda makes sense kasi yung role niya lang dito is being kaibigan ni Miko Soto na kapatid ni Aramina. And sadly, while doing this video, nabasa ko na ito na pala yung last outing or last movie outing ni Miko Soto before his tragic death. And sa mga di nakakilala kay Miko Soto, she's Angel Locsin boyfriend that time. Andito din si Danica Soto, which has a more quite big part sa movie na to kasi meron siyang scene na kailangan siya iligtas ni Fantastic Man. And there's another dude which to be honest I don't even know who is, PJ Malonzo, which is also part ng circle of friends ni Miko Soto. So after ma-establish ng main cast ng movie, we will move kung paano nakuha or napunta kay Frido yung powers niya, which I actually like kasi they use Intramuros as location saan nakatago yung orb na magbibigay ng powers kay Frido, and they sprinkle a little bit of foreshadowing saan galing yung orb kasi sa mga alien mommy na makikita nila, which also give us an idea kung sino talaga yung big bad villain sa movie na to. But sadly, dito din mamamatay yung character ni Leo Martinez or David. So after an hour or so of this kinda bearable first half ng movie, thanks to Leo Martinez, dito na magiging mas enjoyable yung movie on my opinion kasi we will see more of Fantastic Man. And I like this mid part of this movie kasi dito talaga nila na showcase yung Fantastic Man character, lalo na yung scene niya with the samurai guys. And for me, the pick of this movie kasi nung una kala ko yung mga samurai is the good guys kasi nilulusob nila yung parang den ng mga sindikato, pero sila pala yung hard assassin. I don't know kasi yung governor na target nila, ang daming guns na kasama and also armado pa, so kala ko talaga mababait yung mga samurai.
The government's corrupt! The government's corrupt! Open your third eye! The government's corrupt!
And then Fantastic Man will show and will help the governor. And I'm actually amazed sa acting ni Vic dito sa scene na to with the two samurai guys. Sobrang kakatawa, lalo na yung parang ginawang bata ni Fantastic Man yung isang samurai. Parang binuyo niya na kung samurai talaga siya. For me, the best scene of this movie. All in all, in my opinion, this mid part of this movie is the peak of this movie. Sobrang daming memorable scene and bossing acting is superb. And meron din scene dito yung sex bomb dancer na si Rochelle and Jopay. There's other 3 sex bomb dancer na di ko nakilala. And then nandito din sila Jimmy, Jose, and Wally. Yung scene nila Jose dito mas my point kasi we will be back sa hospital where Aramina character is. Kasi pagkatapos ng scene nila Jose dito na magmumove yung plot for Aramina's character from Helen to Diabolica.
别墅里面唱开。
And moving to Diabolica, there's a funny part sa introduction ni Diabolica dito. I don't know kung nawalan sila ng idea how to give her a super villain costume kasi at the start of her villain arc, suot-suot niya pa din yung hospital gown niya, and they decided na pupunta siya sa mall and dun siya magpapalit ng damit. Like, what the fuck? Can't they just give her like a Fantastic Man transformation? Kasi ipapakita dito yung transformation ni Frido to Fantastic Man, and why not give Diabolica the same treatment instead of giving her a goofy ass scene na pupunta siya sa mall to get her costume. And also to add, there's a scene here na mababalot siya ng metallic shit coming out of her body, and her final appearance dito is totally different from the first time na naging Diabolica siya. So why not give her the final look and give her a Fantastic Man like transformation instead of that goofy ass mall scene. And her power is like may mga metallic na spike na lumalabas sa katawan niya, and meron siyang parang tentacle na may blade sa dulo na she's also using for her mobility, parang si Fanny ng Mobile Legends. And on this third act ng movie, dito na magkakaroon ng character development si Frido, kasi yung pagiging lampa and takot is ma-overcome niya, lalo na nung nalaman niya na si Aramina or si Helen yung kalaban niya. Meron din scene dito na mabubugbog si Fantastic Man ni Diabolica, and dito din mamamatay si Fate, yung character ni Alicia Meyers or cyborg ni Prof. James. So basically a redemption arc ni Fantastic Man or Frido. And we will have a final showdown which is kinda okay, kasi dito mo talaga makikita yung CGI or animation natin even in 2000s is sobrang layo kumpara sa foreign movies. Pero like I said earlier, para sa akin meron siyang nostalgic value, maybe because of the PS2 graphics or maybe just a core childhood memories for me. Pero in my opinion, sana binawasan nila ng konti yung budget nila sa CGI, kasi yung costume department nila is halatang kulang sa budget, kasi halatang na either gawa sa styro or goma yung mga spike kay Diabolica, and yung dagger like weapon na gagamitin para talunin yung real main villain ng movie na to, which is the alien na pumasok kay Helen. So let's talk about this main villain ng movie na to, which is kinda foreshadowed sa umpisa ng movie. So this alien guy appear after the talk no jutsu ni Frido kay Helen.
Enough of this bloodshed. Innocents are dying out here, all because of a petty grudge you have against the Soul Society. Please stop this madness, Yuhabaha. Am I wrong? It's not too late. You can still join us and help rebuild the Soul Society. Because, you know, I was once like you.
Shut your bitch ass up.
He actually appear also sa villain arc ni Helen, pero di pa siya buo nun. This time he's complete. This is my only gripe sa movie na to, this character. Kasi sobrang rush ng character na to. Oo, he was foreshadowed na siya yung main villain ng movie na to in the beginning, pero sana binigyan nila ng motive yung alien. Like, bakit sila nasa Earth? Bakit siya lang yung buhay dun sa cave na pinanggalingan ng powers ni Frido? And siya ba yung may-ari ng orb na yun? Siya yung nasa ilalim mismo ng orb? And maybe give the alien a name for fuck's sake? Maybe like cut some of the scene, maybe yung scene nung kaibigan ng kapatid ni Helen na rescue, and give that runtime para sa konting character development ng alien. Pero I still kinda like the ending of this movie, kasi babalik tayo sa Intramuros, which is like circling back at the beginning of the movie, and we will have this kinda okay fight of Fantastic Man against the alien. But as expected, the ending will be a super explosion as well, which is not a bad ending, just kinda meh. The movie already peaked at the samurai scene for me. And we will have a cliffhanger of a part 2 of the movie, and now the villain will be Prof. James. But as expected as well, we won't get any, kasi after this movie we will have the never-ending Enteng Kabisote movies. So all in all, this movie is a great watch. Kung wala kayong magawa during weekends or may 2 hours kayong vacant and walang magawa, you can watch this movie sa YouTube and have 2 hours of fun time with it. I'll link down below you kung interested kayo, even though andito din yung full movie sa YouTube. And I think that's all for me. Mamamalengke pa ako. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Come